Good morning, Magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are back in the car once again. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Although I have decided, because I am eager to do stuff at home, if by chance I get home after filming this, my dad decides he is going out today, I will throw in an extra 2 packs of Destiny at the end with Kaiba. Since I can't film with Kaiba here, obviously, since I'm filming this after work. Speaking of work, another bloody horrendous day. If I hadn't gone in early, I wouldn't have got my full 3 hours unless I decided to stand around and clean up the factory for 10 minutes. Which is really freaking annoying. So I figure you're going to be looking at some really low paychecks over the next month or so, which makes me a little nervous. But I am trying to apply to Ontario Works or disability to try and see if I can get some support from the government, because I know for a fact that with my mental health being what it is right now, I probably shouldn't try to take on a second job at this point, unless I can only do work on weekends, because I have every weekend off. I could probably, I wouldn't feel bad about having to work every day per se, as long as I always get to go home at a certain time and spend time with Kaiba and whatever. But I know I can't do a second job during the week with the job that I'm doing now. If I were to going home right now, as stressed and upset as I am, the idea of having to go back there and then in 2 or 3 hours leave Kaiba again to go back to another job, I don't think I could do it. I really don't. So here's my shameless plug for the GoFundMe. If you guys are able to, the link will be in the description of the video. Please share it. The more we can get it out there, the more eyes we can get on it, maybe the more chances there are, well, not maybe, the more chance there is, percent-wise, mathematically, that I can get some of the support I need from some lucky people who are very generous. With that said, I am also going to probably be doing a draw in the near future for a couple of signed copies of my book, the last couple of signed copies that I own. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm thinking about putting that out there as well. Any feedback in the comments would be great, just to let me know. There's your first grade of the day. And yeah, I think that's all the shop talk. Oh, nope, there is one more shop talk thing. I did say at the beginning of this video that I would announce the winner of the next commander that we're going to build. Basically the winner of the vote. The vote is really interesting, actually. I did a tally up this morning. There's 3 votes on Discord, and there was a total of 13 votes on YouTube, which is probably one of the most, I think that might be the most votes I've ever gotten on any of my collective posts. So I'm really appreciative of that, guys. Thank you for the feedback and the support there. And it was actually a really interesting vote. With the exception of the winner, and I'm going to show you the stats in a second, but with the exception of the winner, everybody was within 1 vote of each other, essentially, almost. The lowest scoring option only had 1 vote, and the second place option only had 3, so there's technically a difference of 2 there, but all within 1 to 3 votes were the other commander choices, whereas the winner absolutely dominated. So without further ado, I present to you the stats from the vote. Marina is the one that lost the hardest. We're not going to be building rooms anytime soon, it doesn't look like. The winner was Shelob. Go Shelob. Child of Ungolith, I think, or something like that. I'm really excited to actually build this deck. So I'm super glad that we all were for that one as well. I'm going to build a really fun spider food deck, and it's going to be so much fun to play with. And it's going to be one of those decks that I actually keep after this challenge. So I'm pretty stoked about this one. I found it really interesting, though. Bumbleflower, Brea, and Bello all got 2 votes, and the second place vote went to Pramicon. And honestly, I kind of want to build Pramicon too. So I'm thinking we might put that up as another option in February or maybe March, something like that, and see if it's still as popular as it seemed to be. Although, like I say, all these options seem like they were pretty low compared to Shelob. Shelob had 4 votes on YouTube and 2 votes on Discord for a total of 6. So Shelob got like 66.6666 infinite percent of the Discord vote, and I think it got somewhere in the neighborhood of just give me a real quick sec, I'll do the math in my head. 4, 8, 12, 13. 4 out of 13, that's like just shy of 33% of the vote on YouTube. So that's pretty solid. It's at least 25% of the vote. Definitely over 25. Closer to probably like 30, I'd say, roughly. So I mean, that's pretty awesome. Actually, it's exactly just over 30, because 30 would be 3.9. So that's pretty solid. I'm actually really stoked that you guys are all equally interested in building Shelob. And so starting today, we have until I think I said the 29th, if I remember correctly. I think I said it was the 29th. I wanted to have all the decks in by at noon Eastern Standard Time. My time. So if I remember correctly, today is the 6th. That gives us 23 days to build the deck. As I said in the intro video on Saturday, or I think I posted it on Friday actually. No, it was Saturday. I'm not going to be giving out prizing anymore for this contest. Not that I ever actually did, because Snoop always turned down the prizing since he didn't have anybody to compete against other than me. And I can't win the contest, obviously, because that would be really silly. But when I eventually get out of all this debt that I have, I will definitely be bringing back prizes to the contest. But in the meantime, in between time, we're just going to be doing this for fun. So by all means, if you're interested in participating, awesome. If not, that's cool too. I definitely will be building my own deck. I have a feeling Snoop will probably build one too. And yeah. If you are interested, please remember that you need to join the Discord server and submit your deck list in whatever form you prefer, whether it be like Architect or Moxfield, or you could even just submit me a card list for all I care. But submit it on the Discord in the Commander Core Creator Challenge section of the Discord server, so that you can be considered for the video, because I always present my deck and at least one other deck in the video. And it'll be interesting to see what other people build as well. All right. We are through the introduction stuff now. So now it is time for what we do on Tuesdays. It is time for Dollarama Draws of Destiny! So like I say, we're just going to do our standard 3 packs of Destiny today. But if I get home and I happen to find out that my dad is taking off, I will film a little bit of extra stuff with Kaiba, and we'll rip a couple extra packs and tack it on to the end of this video. So the outro at the end of this video might not be the actual outro. I'm hoping we get some neat stuff in there today. If we pull a legendary, that's always cool. I am always looking for legendaries. Oh, speaking of, I'm also thinking about doing something new on the channel. I'm thinking about calling it Showcase of Legends. And I'm just going to like pick out every episode. I'm going to pick out like my favorite 5 legendaries in this range of colors, or that range of colors, or this mana value, or whatever. And talk about them in a video. It was a really good idea that I got from my friend Marshlands, DC, and Marvel. He's a good guy. And so I'm thinking about adding that as a series to the channel as well. Ooh. Starting off with Elvish Fury. Buyback 4. It only costs green. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I think I pulled this the other day, but I did not pull this version of the art. And this version of the art is pretty. I like this. Upriser Renegade. Human Samurai. Yeah, okay, I can see the Samurai. His hair is crazy. 1 and a red for a 1/3. He gets +2/+0 for each other modified creature you control. Damn. You can get pretty big, and if you can give him trample, that's insane. Old school? Old school! 1998. 3 and a white for a summon spirit called Spirit Encore. Okay. Flying, 2/2, pay 0, redirect 1 damage from Spirit Encore to a creature you control. Interesting. You can prevent this thing from dying by just redirecting all the damage to other things, and then keep it as like an infinite blocker. That's kind of cool. I like that. Merfolk Spy, solid, blue, 1/1, Island Walk. And whenever he deals damage to a player, that player reveals a card at random from his or her hand. Neat. Merfolk Rogue. Could go in my Rogues deck. Might be building another Rogues deck in the near future. Because there's only so much I can do to that first Rogues deck to make it, to tweak it before it just doesn't have the same feel that it has right now. And I don't want it to lose the feel that it has right now because it's a lot of fun. Sip of Hemlock, 4 and 2 black for a sorcery that destroys target creature and its controller loses 2 life. I'm curious whether that card is actually still viable in like the game. That feels almost like it might be one of those ones that gets banned for either being prejudicial or being promoting things that it shouldn't promote, that kind of stuff. Is that old school? No, 2013. Thrill of Possibility, 1 and a red. Cost, as an additional cost to cast this, you have to discard a card and you get to draw 2. Yeah, okay. Whoops, double reveal. My bad. Ooh, Demonic Covenant. This is a new one for me. 4 and 2 black for a Kindred Enchantment Demon. Whenever one or more demons you control attack a player, you draw a card and lose 1 life. At the beginning of your end step, create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying. Then mill 2 cards. If the 2 cards share all their card types, if 2 cards that share all their card types were milled this way. Oh, okay. So if you milled 2 demons, say, you would have to sacrifice this guy. Or this enchantment, rather. That kind of sucks, but that is a really cool card. I like that. Deep Muck Desperado, 2 and a blue for a 2/4 Homerid Mercenary. Whenever you commit crime, each opponent mills 3 cards. This ability triggers only once each turn. But that is pretty cool, too. We have pulled some neat stuff so far in this pack, for sure. Soul Search. White and black. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card. If that card's mana value is 1 or less, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Interesting. It's on the cheap side, too. I kind of like that. Plus, I do love it when people have to reveal their hands. That is always a fun thing to make people do. Seek the Wilds, 1 and a green. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature or a land from among them. Put it into your hand. The rest on the bottom of your library in any order. That's not so bad. It's good for fishing if you need some lands. I'll play that. Seagraph Scab, 1 and a blue for a 1/3 zombie with some flavor text that is never going to make it into any of my decks likely anymore because I have too many other things that are just better. Unless I decide to I'm going to eventually maybe build like a popper deck or something. That would definitely be something I could do. 3 and a white for 3/3. When this thing enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Alright. Downwind Ambusher, 3 and a black for a Skunk Assassin. 4/2. I wish it was a 2/4, but go on. Flash, when this thing enters, either target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn, or destroy target creature an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. Yeah, okay. It is Bloomburrow. I do love the Bloomburrow set. Maniacal Rage, 1 and a red, enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and can't block. Huh. And Banishing Light, which, yeah, it's Banishing Light. It's okay, but it's not my kind of flavor. I mean, we definitely pulled some seriously cool stuff in that first pack. Some really cool stuff. I think the Demonic Covenant is definitely the card to beat right now, but that Desperado is pretty sick too. Alright, pack number 2. Coming at you after this sip of Coke. Once I'm done here, I have to run inside to the shoppers real quick to restock on Coke. And then go home and see Kaiba. Probably take him for a walk, because he didn't want to go out last night when we got up. He's been doing that a lot lately. I might stop trying to wake up in the middle of the night, because he just doesn't seem to want to go out anymore during the middle of the night for his walks like he used to. Not sure if it's because he's tired or it's too cold or... Crossroads Consecrator. 1 green for 1/2. Pay green, tap, target attacking human gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Interesting. Chill of the Grave. Costs 1 less to cast if you control a zombie. Tap target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step, and you get to draw a card. For 2 in a blue, but only 1 in a blue if it's zombies on the field? Heck yes, I like that. We got another Vithian Stinger! Nice! I don't have a lot of copies of this card, and I really like this one. It deals 1 damage to target creature or player whenever you tap it. It costs 2 in a red to put into play as a 0/1. Very straightforward, very simple, but I love what this guy does, and I love his flavor. He is one of my favorite old school cards that I own. This is from back when I actually started playing, back in university actually, so that's pretty cool. Nice to get something from back in the day. Blood Mad Vampire. Vampire Berserker for 2 in a red as a 4/1. When it deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Chances are it's going to die, though, as soon as you attack with it the first time, because somebody's going to block it and it'll be easy to kill. So, Ooh, we got another copy of Fireball. Nice. Perfect. I really like this card a lot, actually. It deals X damage divided evenly, rounded down among any number of target creatures and or players. So you pay the X. And you have to pay 1 more for each target beyond the first that you plan to abuse with this, essentially. But the idea is, if you can... basically, I'm going to be putting this into my Firebending deck, because I already have a copy of it in my Goblin deck, and I wanted a second copy, and now I have one. But this is going to go great in my Firebending deck when I make that deck, because it's going to be super easy to get the extra 1 or 2 for 3 targets, so I can hit all my opponents at the same time. And then if I can cast this at the right time, I might even be able to double it. I can't remember for sure if you can cast this. I know it's sorcery, but there might be a way to cast it still during combat if I have the right creature out. Still, big hit, big hit. Crimson Fleet Commodore. 3 in a red for a creature, Ogre Pirate. 5/2, Trample. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Okay. You win me over with the monarchy. You're still not as good as some of the other ones we've pulled so far, but you win me over with the monarchy. I do like that. Wind Reader Sphinx. 5 and 2 blue for a 3/7. Flying, and when a creature with flying attacks, you can draw a card. Nice. That's a good one. A little expensive to get on the field, but I like it. Tomb Raider. Laura Croft, eat your heart out. 2 in a blue for a 1/1 flying, and when she enters the battlefield, draw a card. Glade Cover Scout. We've pulled this enough times that we really don't need more copies of it at this point. But it's still a neat card. 1/1 with Hexproof for 1 green. I'm not going to say that's bad. Indrik Stomp Howler. 4 and a green for a 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Nice. That's pretty solid. Uktabi Drake. 1 green for a 2/1 with Flying Haste and Echo 1 and 2 green. So, I mean, if you play this on your first turn, you're not going to be able to make the Echo cost on your next turn, which kind of sucks. So, it's not the best card, but it definitely can at least come in and do a little bit of damage right away. Purifying Dragon. 3 and 2 red for a 4/3 flying. Whenever this thing attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature defending player controls, but if that creature is a zombie, it deals 2 damage instead. Yeah. Pothole Mole. 2 and a green for a 2/3. When this thing enters, mill 3 cards. Then you can return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. Nice. That's not bad. I'm not going to knock that. Verdant Automaton. 2 for a 1/2. Pay 3 and a green to put a +1/+1 counter on it. Yeah, that's expensive to get the +1/+1 counter on. Summon GF Ifrit. Okay, 2 and a red for a 3/2 Saga Demon. Solid start. First 2 steps, you can discard a card if you do draw a card. Third and fourth step, you get to add 1 red. And then you have to sacrifice this on the 4th step. But that's not bad. I would probably actually include that in a deck. Still no legendary so far, but we've pulled some pretty cool stuff today. My favorite card so far is still, I think, the Demonic Covenant, though. I do like the Wind Reader a lot, though. I'm tempted to put that actually into my bird deck, or maybe I'm going to build a new flying deck that might have some birds and some other stuff in it. But bird is the word. Third pack, here we go now. All right, well, if my dad doesn't leave, this will be the last pack of the day, but if he does, you guys will get to see a couple bonus packs later on with Kaiba by my side. But here's hoping we pull a legendary to keep the streak alive. We start with Woodland Patrol, 2 and a green for a 3/2 with Vigilance. Yeah, I'll play that. That's not bad. I would prefer it be a 2/3 rather than 3/2, but I'll still play that. Point of discussion, 2 and a black, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, create a blood token. Yeah, that's reasonable. For 2 and a black, I'd do that. Vampire Lacerator, 1 black for a 2/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life unless an opponent has 10 or less life. Interesting. Air Elemental, 3 and 2 blue, flying 4/4. Eh. Vessel of Paramnesia. 1 and a blue for an enchantment that does nothing when it comes in, so that's lame. Pay blue, sacrifice it. Target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into the graveyard, and then draw 1 card. I'm going to say pass. Lifecrafter's Gift. 3 and a green for an instant that lets you put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it already. Well, heck yes. That's a good one. Ooh, M19, 2 for the Amulet of Safekeeping. I like the artwork on this. It's pretty. Whenever you become the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 1. Creature tokens get -1/-0. Yeah, that's harsh on my creatures because I use a lot of tokens in most decks, but if I find the right deck, that might not be a bad one to put in. Whether it is magical, lucky, or merely old, it is cherished, and that gives it power. I do like this actually a lot. Is it better than the demonic one? Maybe not, but it's still up there for me. Vrashka's Finisher, 2 and a black. Gorgon Assassin, 3/2. Again, better if it was a 2/3, but I'll take it. When it enters battlefield, destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. Yeah, okay. Lantern of the Lost. I do like this one, actually. 1 for an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, exile target card from a graveyard. Pay 1, tap, exile this, and exile all cards from all graveyards, then draw 1 card. This is a really fun one for messing with people who have graveyard decks. Wink, wink at Snoop. Volderan Duelist. Ew, get out of there. Glade Cover Scout, we don't need more of you. Didn't we already pull a point of discussion in this pack, or was that the last pack? I guess that was the last pack. Still a decent card. Okay, this is getting kind of weird. It's like my last pack just kind of got half packed into this pack. It really is like that. Okay, we at least end on something interesting. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. I think I pulled this the other day, though. 2 and a blue, flash, enchant artifact or creature. When this thing enters, tap the enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. And its activated abilities can't be activated. Yes, I pulled this the other day. It's alright. It's alright. Unfortunately, the legendary streak has come to an end for this round. We will start keeping track, actually, on the channel now. Starting from this point forward, because I'm kind of interested to see how long we can keep the streak alive. Card of the day is a tough choice, guys, but I'm leaning towards the Demonic Covenant. I think it's a really interesting card. If I can build a demon deck, that would be fun to keep it. That would definitely be a fun card to play in it. I am liking this a lot, though, other than the thing that it does to the tokens. I do like this. And that is a really cool Sphinx. Expensive, but still cool. Anyways, Like I say, if this is the end of the video, this is the end of the video. But if not, you will see a couple more pack openings shortly after I cut this off. But from Kaiba home and myself here in the car to you, I want to say thank you for watching. Much love to you all. Take care of yourselves. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Bye! Surprise! Who wins? It's me, Kaiba the Pug. Daddy said that he had to do the Dollarama Draws of Destiny without me again today. I was like, no! I need to see my ones, my fourth ones, and tell them I'm awesome. And tell them that they're awesome. And that we all are awesome together. The very awesomeness of it all. Yes. Yes, just what I wanted to say. And Daddy says that he's going to open a couple packs of Destiny. 2 packs. With me. For you guys. Yay! And then Daddy says he's going to try and film the new set versus old set. While Buddy Perry's gone too. Before he comes back from wherever he went. And then we're going to go make some lunch. That's what Daddy says we're going to do. Whipping pack number 1. Isn't it fun? Daddy, I'm going to read the cards, okay? Because I mustn't. You guys sort the cards, so I can't sort my paws. No, I can't. No, I can't. I cannot sort them very well with my paws. I can put my paws on top of them, but I can't sort them. Alright, Daddy. I'm ready. Are you ready? Okay. We got Short Iron Ranger, 5 in a blue for 3/4 with Iron Sinking 2 and Flying. It's okay. It is not the bestest. Let's see what else we got. Mind Control, that sounds like fun. 3 and 2 blue. Enchant creature. You control enchanted creature. I like that one. It's a good one. And then Snail Thopter. 4 for 3/2 with Flying and Haste. Yeah, it's okay. You're expensive. This is a pretty mountain. That's the first yen Daddy got today. Teleportal. 1 blue, 1 red. Target creature gets +1/+0 and is unblockable this turn. Ooh, you can overload this. That's a good one. Fuming Fist. Legendary enchantment background. Ooh, 2 in a white. Commander creatures you own have whenever this creature attacks against double strike until end turn. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Daddy's happy with that one. I make much better pulls than Daddy did. Look at me go. Celestial Archon. 3 and 2 white for 4/4. But still 5 and 2 white. Flying first strike, and the enchanted creature gets +4/+4 flying and first strike. Yeah, I definitely have much better luck than Daddy did. Go the arm, that's okay. We can go over here. Ooh, another pretty mountain. You want to go to the mountains, Kaiba? Maybe someday. Go to the mountains? For the guilds. 2 in a weird. Monocolored creatures can't block this turn. It's going to be unfortunate for those monocolored creatures. Homing Silver. Homing Silver. No, it's a sliver. Yeah. Each silver card in each player's hand has Sliver Cycling 3. I don't really like slivers, so over there. Natural Spring. 3 and 2 green. Is this old? Ooh. 97! Yay! It's an old school. Target player gains 8 life. That's a nice one. Archway Angel, 5 and a white. Flying. To the battlefield, you gain 2 life for each gate you control. Ooh, that's going to be good in Dai's gate deck. Armored Scab. Into the battlefield, put up to 4 target cards from your library into your graveyard. Could be okay. Nyxborn Cursor. 1 and 2 white for 2/4. I did good. I made a much better pack than Daddy did this morning. Look at me go. And now watch, Daddy. I'm going to pull the legendary that you couldn't pull this morning too. Because I'm awesome. I'm not just awesome. I'm Possum. Yes, baby. You were very possum. Most possumous of pugs. Whoops, this one's got some backward and forward ones. Ooh, nice. We got backward and forward ones. No spoilers. No spoilers, but there's a couple of them, it looks like. Could just be werewolves. I'm not looking at them because I don't want to spoil them. But there was a red one and a white one, so we're going to have some fun. Good job, Kaiba. Here we go. Territorial Scythe Cat in the cool art. Nice. Gives you +1/+1 counter when the lands come into play. And he has trample. There's some Kotable Pass. 5 and he be active with 3/3, 2 and a green. Must be blocked if able. When he dies, target creature gets -3/-3 until that turn. Eh. Anointer of Champions. Target attacking creature gets +1/+1 until that turn. Eh. Okay. Broken Wings. That one's alright. Zombie Yoga. Another one that lets you venture into the dungeon. Dungeons is fun. Glowspore Shaman. Shiny. Shiny Shaman. Ooh, we got another legendary. Yay! We already had a copy of this guy, but he's a fun one. So it's nice to have an extra copy of him. And I did it. I got the legendary creature that Daddy couldn't get this morning because I am the bestest. Felidar? He's a good one too. He has a +1/+1 counter when the lands come in too, and he has Vigilance. This is the werewolf one. Okay, so we got a werewolf guy. He does +1/+0 and first strike until the end of turn. And then he does first strike, and creatures get +2/+0 until the end of turn. He's not the bestest one. Daddy has other better ones. The top 3 cards of your library, you can reveal a permanent card from among them, put into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order, and you gain 3 life. That's pretty good. Look, this is the other one that was a flippy one. Double Strike, Disturb 2 and a white. It's a 1/1 with for 1 and a white. That's not bad. When you bring it back from the graveyard, it becomes an enchantment. It gives Double Strike to the creature. That's pretty good. Daddy likes that one. I like that one too. I'm not a fan of these Minotaur. Minotaur can go bad. Bye, Minotaur. Master Spatial. Just battlefield, he gets a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. All the golems get +1/+1. He's pretty cool. I like him. Another Minotaur? 2 in the same pack? What the heck? And a Junk Winder! Ooh, this one's a good one too. I did so much better than Daddy. Aren't I awesome? Now I'm going to roll on top of the cards. Just to show you that I am the bestest. Better than all the cards. Give me, humans. Thank you for watching me pull Draws of Destiny. I am much better at it than Daddy is. I should always be here when Daddy does the Draws of Destiny, because he gets much better stuff when I do it. I hope you guys liked watching me do this, and listening to me pull the cards. Tell Daddy in the comments, who is better, Daddy or me? Okay, humans, and my fourth ones, I love you all. Have a nice day. Okay, bye.